So we're looking at this race from Limerick, and it's just about to go off actually, and we're looking at a lay to back on this horse here, Aishan. So I'm going to try and get this in the market if I can. Prices bouncing around all over the place. We're very, very close to the off as it stands. So we're going to get that in the market, and then we are going to try and look for to get matched in play. And so we're going to try and aim for 25%. They're very, very close to the off now. So let's just get this in and then press keep. And we're obviously going to monitor the early stages on this race. So let's come back right at the off.
2 3/4 miles, 14 fences to jump in this party time handicap steeplechase.
Okay, so we're underway. 2 miles, 7 furlongs. We're looking to get a drift on this one here, Aishan. So let's keep an eye on the prices.
Decision of the top weight under James Duggan. Leads by a couple of lengths. Nolan's Rocco with Ishan towards the outer in the cheek pieces, followed towards the inner by another O'Cana, who's in company with the mostly white jacket of Snow Punt. Next in the field then races Tullabrack Lad in the striped sleeves with upside that one. The distinguishing blue cap of Smackwater Jack with the 2 Sneezy Foster runners. On the outside of that, the green and white of Decimation, followed towards the inner by Zolfarine in the pink sleeves. Upside that is the orange jacket of Mastermind, who's followed by God Help Us. As they come towards the first of the 14 fences, and it's a difficult decision. And James Duggan taking them along by a couple of lengths. As they come to the first of the 14 fences, leads by 2 to Nolan's Rocco, who's pulled its way through to be second. Slight mistake by the leader, but gets to the other side. 3 lengths then to Snow Punt, who races in third with Ishan 4 on that one's outside, followed then by another O'Cana, who's fifth on the inner of Smackwater Jack, followed over that by Tullabrack Lad.
Looks like we've had a little nibble on our order there of 3.7. So the drift looks like it's coming for Aishan. So far, so good. Let's see what happens next.
Decimation was...
And it's fully taken. So there we have it. We've got 25% locked in over all the outcomes very, very quickly.
With Alish Lass as they jump that next fence.
And that was all done within, what, 1 minute, 30 seconds. So that's the thing, when you're getting involved with these later back trades or back to lay trades and you're in the markets, you want to keep an eye on that clock. You want your trade to ideally be done within that first minute, within that second minute, depending on the length of the race also. You don't really want to hang around too much till the business end because things can get very, very volatile. And obviously, if you're using this with software, it can be much easier, just one click to exit the market if it starts to go against you. But anyway, otherwise you can put in orders like we've done here.
With the orange jacket of Mastermind on the outside of that duo as they continue to run downhill is a hell of a man who's in front of God Help Us and Alish Lass with Rideau Canal on that one's outside on the back 2.
And so the most interesting part about this trade is just to keep an eye on this horse, okay? So our one that we laid, Aishan, it's always worth seeing the market movement of this horse, even when we're out of the market. So obviously it drifted in price, and maybe we can bring up the chart without too much interference. Just keep an eye on this price. So we can see that it drifted out, and that's what we caught. We caught that early drift. We obviously had the information that it's going to have a bit of a slow start to this one. We caught that early drift. That was good enough for our trade. That was absolutely fine. But as said, this horse could, well, it's gone pretty much back to the starting price. It could easily go on and win it from here.
The penultimate time, and coming up towards the fence, which will the last in a circuit's time. And on the inside, on the outside, it's a difficult decision. On the inner is Nolan's Rocco. Not a lot to choose between the two. Again, all safely over 3 lengths.
And so now you can see this horse is starting to drift and probably starting to get into a little bit of trouble. Okay, could be a bit of a tricky final stages to the race for this horse. But anyway, look, for us, it doesn't matter. That's just another example of a later back. We had the information, slow start from this horse. We got involved. As said, you always got to be prepared to exit if it does start to go against you. But if your information's good and you can keep a close eye on it, then you try and stay in till you get matched. Anyway, look, just look again on Aishan. It's shortening in, so still could be competitive in the late stages here. Let's see what happens.
Ishan coming there, one from the rail on the outside.
So we're in the final stretch of this. You can't really see the pictures. The stream is messed up. But this horse, Aishan, has been heavily odds on. It's going to be an interesting finish to this.
5 lengths then back to Snow Punt, staying on in third at the second last. Ishan and Nolan's Rocco on the inside. Snow Punt.
It's Nolan's Rocco that's up there alongside Ishan, and it's a big battle. Look at this market. This is absolutely crazy. Flip-flopping back and forth. It looks like Nolan's Rocco is going to be the one to get this.
50. Snow Punt staying on strongly behind them, but it's Nolan's Rocco the leader. Snow Punt coming home well on the far side. Nolan's Rocco drifting towards the stand side, and it's going to be nabbed close home by Snow Punt. It's close between them. In fact, Snow Punt and Nolan's Rocco put it up to the judge. Ishan was a close third, and they were clear of...
Well, you can't see it, but that's going to be a photo finish. This horse, Snow Punt, just came from nowhere and almost nicked it. I mean, let's have a look. Let's have a look while this is getting figured out. We want to get an idea on our horse. This was our original horse, Aishan. We can... All right, I'm going to have to just get rid of that now. We can see that went as low as 1.16 in running. So that's pretty crazy. And this horse, Nolan's Rocco, is up there. Let's have a look at this one, Snow Punt, which looked like the horse which was going to steal it. And that went as low as 1.25, and it could end up being the winning horse. Matched as high as 70 in play. And we've still got Nolan's Rocco, which is what the markets think is going to be the winner in this one. And that's gone as low as 1.02 in running, currently out to 1.45. And I guess that the race has been decided. But anyway, this is a good example, not just of the trade, but of how exciting some of these finishes can be in the horse racing market. It's absolute carnage. This was just a clip. If you want to see the full video, which breaks down this strategy step by step, click the video that's on the screen right now. We're going to dive deeper into the strategy, and then you're going to see many more trading clips just like this. As said, click the video on the screen, and then I'll see you in the next video.